Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Please like, subscribe, give me a follow on all social media platforms. Consider becoming a member to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, man, Claressa Shields' situation don't seem to be getting any better. Seems like she's trying to quiet down a little bit, like she has a PR team possibly working with her. But I just think fans are like, yo, too much. Too much. And we're going to keep turning on her and turning on her. And even when I do my lives, I listen. They're not easing up. The ladies aren't easing up. They're keeping a foot on her neck, man. They say she's dominating boxing, but they don't even care about talking about it anymore. They're like, she keeps pushing people away. We don't care what changes she makes. It's not even about her skills. All right, Hood. We understand you're a boxing channel. You talk a lot about Claressa Shields, but you ain't really looking at a lot of the other things. We kind of bring that to you. But this is about her personality. And Hood, you see the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I see it. This is about her presence. And Hood, you see that. I'm like, yeah, I see it. And it's about the growing backlash. And you totally understand that because you hear it every night. I'm like, yeah, true. But it makes me ask the question, why are the people still talking about Claressa Shields when you know what you're going to get? She's not changing the way she does business. It's just us against her, basically. But, fans turn on fighters, but why? Maybe because her confidence a long time ago has come off as arrogance, has turned into arrogance, and she doesn't care. When a person is out here calling people broke bums and insulting women and saying, if you have a loss, don't talk about me, and just doing all the things that she has done, it's kind of hard for someone to try to keep it boxing because she's doing these things. You're like, yo, what's up with this chick? Then the thing about everything else she has going on. So the bottom line is, whether you love her for her being who she is, or you hate her, right? I think something bigger is going on here and it's shifting. And I think we should talk about it. Now, everyone has an opinion, but she may be the best female boxer in the world. But let's be real for a second. A lot of fans don't like her. Can you be the best female fighter in the world and fans don't like your ass? Can you be the best of anything, man, when the people don't support you? Can you be the best of anything when you don't support and respect the people? No, you can't. You see? And that's the problem. It's about how you dominate, especially in sport, especially in business, especially in relationships, especially with family, especially in whatever you're doing. It's how you dominate. It's all about attitude. Because you're dominating, you're doing all these great things, but because of the attitude and the bullshit, people root against you. Whether it's family, whether it's professional, whether it's whatever. I had somebody call and say something about the church in Flint. She can't come up to a church in Flint. She sure as hell can't bring up in the church because they said that makes them look bad because they did what they did will be condoning a woman being with a married man, and they can't condone adultery because they got people watching them. And then some people argue church shouldn't turn nobody away. Others say bullshit. Get that sin up out of here. Go on, get. They ain't trying to hear that shit. Got people rooting against you every day, and you ain't gonna stop and pay attention and think that maybe you need to make a change. Now understand, winning fights. Who out here thinks Claressa gonna lose a fight anytime soon? If she fights Shadaysha Green, I think Shadaysha can get her. But for the most part, you understand why Claressa's the favorite. But it doesn't matter because she's winning fights, cool, but she's losing the people. Without the people, you are nothing. You're nothing. Too much drama, too much negativity. Fans are turning on you. The fans are leaving. The people are adios amigos. When you see them, you just see their back, you see the asshole, and you see the elbows. And they, feet don't fail me now. Get me the hell away from this woman. She's annoying, but she's still the best, but I can't take it. Outside the ring, this woman got constant drama, constant talking, constant pushback from fans. Always something. Did she fix the smoke detector in the house? Sound like the smoke detector was saying, "Papoose, pap, pap, brr, brr." And people starting to ask, all right, the whole world talking about her. The whole world talking about her. Is she doing too much? They're not talking about it in a good way. But she's got the spotlight. And like my boy E-Dogs would say, all attention is good attention. You see, party people in the house. You know, I'm international, baby. But although I'm international, everywhere I've been all over this world, I recognize there's a difference between promoting yourself and turning people off. You can promote yourself and have people like the way you move, like your energy, and they promote you too. That means that you are of the people, by the people, for the people. But when you turn them off, shit doesn't work in your favor. Now, confidence, arrogance, I can't sugarcoat it. And this right here seems to be the debate. No matter what people are talking about, you can kind of put it in two categories. Claressa, confidence. Claressa, arrogance. They should have another one. Hey, hold your horses, don't take it to the stupid. But that's my category. And that's trademark too. So you don't want to fuck around. This is what fans are debating. Is Claressa really confident? Did she go into all these fights as a confident woman? Did she go into knowing that these were the best fighters she was going to face? She was going to bring the drama, which by round 3 or 4, because of her skill level, her talent, then it would turn into dominance and the whole world would love her because she's of the people, by the people, for the people in her mind. Is it confidence? Or has it crossed into arrogance? Because when fans hear Claressa say, I'm the greatest. First it's Muhammad Ali, then me. It's Muhammad Ali the GOAT, then I'm the GOAT, GOAT, then GOAT, GOAT, then GOAT. Yep, you just, with him, you just put a W in there, GWOAT, and then you get me, Papoose, hood champion, doing that shit again, Papoose. Listen, when fans hear, I'm the greatest, nobody can beat me, I don't get enough respect, some will agree. They will agree. Claressa got the Gwodies out here. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They ain't playing around, man. They get that sugar high and shit, and they stop buzzing. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. Hold on one second real quick. Somebody just sent me something. They stop buzzing. But I'm going to tell you this, man. The Gwodies are going to support her, but others out here, they ain't trying to hear that shit. They don't agree with none of that. None of that. They hear something different, like, here we go again. You know, like old school. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Again, that's repetition. It starts to wear people down. Nobody want to deal with that shit. It's a headache. When you going to change the goddamn song here? And that's why you see fans out here, man. Even some of the Gwodies, they put down the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They're picking up grits. They're picking up a little plantain, a little avocado in the morning with a nice little piece of toast. They're picking up something else and putting down the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and turning it back. They say, nah, we out of here. Pew! Here's the truth about the boxing fans. Yo, they love you until they don't. A lot of people ain't loving her no more, man. They said loving you was wrong. I want to be right. Before it was like, loving you was wrong. I don't want to be right. Yeah, so they went left. Adios, amigos. You just see their backs, the asshole, and elbows. Let me tell you something. Once that switch flips, Everything you do gets criticized. Criticize Bobby Brown or whoever sang that song. Criticize, all you do is criticize. Remember the old school R&B shit where y'all were wearing the goddamn slacks, church shoes, and white socks? Y'all remember that? I wasn't the only one back there, man. Suddenly, man, the confidence becomes annoying. The promotion becomes overdoing it. Energy becomes too much. There's nothing you could do right. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But there you got the GOAT problem. The GOAT. GOAT. Yo, man, let me say this. Claressa, she can call herself what she wants. Is she the greatest woman of all time? To that I say, in the most respectful way, hey, yo, you, Claressa, GOAT. Hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. You can call yourself what you want, but if you're of the people, by the people, for the people will come and put that crown on you. You can't just put a crown on yourself and shit. You know what I mean? I want to be a doctor today. I want to be a doctor. So I'm a doctor? Call me Dr. Hood J. Fuck out of here. Now you got to earn that title. For real. She got to earn the GOAT title, just like if I want to go out here and get a doctorate or whatever, I got to earn it. You know what I'm saying? And there's some fans who don't want to give it to her, you know? They don't want to give it to her at all, you know? So she said, hey, I'll take it. You see, it has nothing to do with her boxing ability. It has nothing to do with her skills. It's how she carries it. You know, how she carries everything. And that's the reality. Now, you want to talk about what's crazy. Who's in Claressa's corner right now? You know what I mean? It's my opinion. Y'all tell me, who's in Claressa's corner right now? Papoose, Is it Papoose? Is it Demetrius Salita? Tell me, I'm asking you, right? One person who's in Claressa Shields' corner who has her best interest. I'll wait. You can't name one person that's in her corner. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I need someone to tell me who is in Claressa's corner. Now, someone would say, well, Caroline Dubois. Well, I'd say Caroline Dubois because I'm talking a lot about Caroline Dubois and Claressa and that union they formed. Let me tell you something, man. You know what I mean? I got people who are hitting me up while I'm talking to y'all. Let me say this, right? PAPOOSE'S in her corner. Dubois ain't really in her corner. It's kind of, Dubois seems to be trying to figure it out. I kind of like her. She's getting support, and I kind of want to be attached to it. But look, PAPOOSE'S in her corner. Talk about the Papoose collateral damage. I know some of y'all women out here saying, shit, he did enough to hurt damage to himself. I heard you wrong. We disagree with you. You taking it to the stupid right now. I'll say this. What did you think about Papoose before Claressa? Most of y'all love that dude, didn't you? He's out here rapping alphabet slaughter. Zaire, Zimbabwe, zebras, you know, Zulu. Y'all were on him. Some shit with Claressa Shields and shit just went haywire for Papoose. He's been absorbed into her web. Collateral damage, and he ended up going on Vlad TV. Now, I only saw a couple of the clippings. I didn't watch the full interview because I don't have the membership to Vlad, and I don't be on the internet like that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows. Hood champion, I'm the real balls on wheels shit, because the only time I listen to things really is when I'm driving. When I'm sitting here, like I do these videos, and I'm up out of here. I don't be here watching that shit, man. I got my phone right here. I may go to Twitter, scam a couple of things, and then I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But Papoose went on Vlad, and I'm watching him on Vlad, and I'm saying to myself, man, he is worried about his image. Also, he knows he can get some money. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that the direction things have gone with Claressa Shields, I don't think that's what Pap truly wanted. I don't think so. I don't think he wants her to fight. He wants to make money, but he don't want all that negative attention. That's why Papoose, he just says the internet's weird. The internet's weird. He don't like it. He doesn't like it. Papoose, probably one of the best lyricists ever. He's got his shit together. His pen game is nice, right? But he's catching backlash. I'm trying to see how Papoose rap career-wise, if he's been able to reemerge as a rising star. We know he's skilled, but has Papoos's rap career, hip-hop career, has it benefited from being with Claressa Shields? Is he in a better position now than he was before Claressa Shields? Now, y'all may know better than me. I'm just asking the question, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't see where Papoos's hip-hop career is any better now than it was before her. But again, I was overseas for a long time. So when he was popping, in the barbershop, well, before I went to overseas, the barbershops, they'd have the mixtapes and shit, but I really didn't know much about him outside of there's this guy who could rhyme, was with K Slay. But when I'm looking at him, I'm not seeing much going on there. So I think he's catching backlash too, you know what I'm saying? And again, I think he's catching backlash because of how she moves, you know what I mean? How she carries herself. And I just think that's the reality. And I don't care what anyone says. This is just my opinion. I think Papoose, I think he's kind of watching and trying to figure out a way. I ain't saying to get out the relationship, but how can we turn this into something to where everyone embraces us? They could try to convince us all day that everyone loves them. Wherever they go places, everyone loves them. Gold love, quote love, the Papoose and the quote, you know, they could try to convince us that they are the Beyonce and Jay-Z. They are the Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. They are the Ashanti and Nelly. They are the Michelle and Obama. Michelle and Obama. So I'm going to ask y'all a real question. Claressa Shields, Papoose, is that relationship similar to Michelle and Barack Obama? I say no. Is that relationship similar to Beyonce and Jay-Z? I say no. Is that relationship similar to Ashanti and Nelly? I say no. Is it similar to Fred Flintstone and Wilma Flintstone? Barney, Rubble, and Betty? We may be getting somewhere here. But all I'm saying is that collateral damage is real, man. People are talking more, not about the right things necessarily. There's more pressing issues going on here. There's all kind of energy that's being shown by a Papoose being frustrated. And all of that comes from him being with Claressa Shields. And fans are starting to connect the dots. They're saying, Papoose, then he's showing us who he really is. And I'm not saying this is fair or not, but I hear the ladies bringing up what Remy said about him. They're like, yep, Remy was right. None of this shit with Papoose would be going on if he wasn't with Claressa Shields. But that's how the narratives are built now. And once people lock into something and their perception of something, once they lock that in, create the narrative and they run with it. And the internet right now is just going buck wild on Claressa. And now Papoose, he's been caught up in the web, but now it's just getting worse for him. And I watch him like, he don't like it. It's like they put that jacket on Papoose, like he want to come out that shit. You can tell Papoose does not want that jacket on him. He does not want it on him. But ain't nothing he can do now. For the rest of his life, he'll forever be attached to Claressa Shields, whether they stay together or they don't. They'll forever be attached. Even I'm forever attached to her. I did the interview with her. I still got it. I'm thinking about releasing it. But because I'm more used to the drama and the virality of everything. Before, I wasn't used to that shit. I may drop that shit. But I tell you what, you got to be built a kind of way to deal with the drama Claressa Shields brings. I'm telling you, you got to be built a kind of way. So I guess when you look at the way Claressa Shields is moving, this is the big question. Has Claressa Shields built herself into a big star? Has she built Papoose into a big star? Is she building the people around her into big stars? Y'all tell me, who has Claressa built into a big star? Has she attached herself to anyone and turned them into a big star? Conversely, has she attached herself to anyone and created the same backlash, headaches, problem, and negativity that she's created for herself? Yes, she has. You know, just like, what was it, Obama? Yes, we can. For Claressa Shields, yes, she has. And that's just being real, you know what I'm saying? You see, the influence of Claressa Shields is very real. And right now, it just looks like she comes with a whole lot of baggage. A whole lot of baggage. So, what should she do? Should she just stay quiet? Or continue being who she is? And this is where the shit gets controversial. Let's just imagine if Claressa stopped talking. No back and forth, no extra energy, just fighting. Which is what most people say. Get off the internet. Just don't say nothing. Would fans respect her more? Or forget about her? Let's be honest. Noise is part of her brand. Claressa could just stop talking. Stay off the internet. Delete her accounts. And you know what would happen? People would talk even more. Because they would have nothing to talk about, so they would start brainstorming and coming up with ideas of shit to talk about. And they would just be pulling shit out their ass. So whether Claressa is talking or whether she's quiet, it doesn't matter. But she needs to understand part of her brand is being noisy, but she got to have it's called loud nice, and then, you know, not so loud nice, and then that loud ugly. She's more loud ugly. She needs to learn how to be loud nice. There's a difference, you know what I'm saying? Because noise is part of her brand, but be loud nice, not loud ugly. Now, most people are either going to love Claressa Shields or they're going to hate her. And that's just what it is. At the end of the day, people are still watching her. People are still talking about her. People are still reacting. And that might be the real strategy. She has figured out how to crack. She's cracked the code on the internet. She's figured out how to stay viral. She's figured out how to stay trending. She says she's the algorithm. And she is. Somehow she keeps people watching her. She keeps people talking about her. You know what I'm saying? She keeps people reacting. Claressa could just come out here and just stare in front of the camera and do nothing for an hour. And people will be reacting to that with all kind of emojis and talking. And no kidding, she probably keep about 5,000 people on her live. She could do that for 12 hours straight. Just post a picture of herself and just move away from the camera. Just take a picture and put it on there and just go. And leave the house for 5 hours and come back. You'll be surprised. She'll probably average 5,000 viewers at the same time. That'll probably be the average. Concurrent viewers, 5,000. Could be 10,000. Because that's just how people are just so, like, you know, consumed with this Claressa Shields shit. Anyway, that could be the real strategy, you know what I'm saying? To just have people out here either loving or hating her, but as long as they're talking about it. So maybe the real question isn't, is Claressa Shields doing too much? Maybe the question is, this is exactly why she's on top in boxing and on top in when it comes to the social media game. Because in today's boxing world, being liked is optional, but being talked about, that's everything. You know what I'm saying? Being talked about is everything. And maybe my boy E-Dogs was right. So are you just a fan, a true fan, nothing but a fan, or are you watching for the drama? That's what I want to know. Anyway, is she confident or annoying? Be real. Would you support her if she talked less? I don't know. But y'all keep cool. About to go to the YMCA. Why? With my son. In the breeze.